being able to answer this question, who am I? And what do I want? Who am I really? My answer is I am God's child. I am that which is born of all that is. I am, as Pierre de Chardin said, a spiritual being having a human experience. Come trailing the breath of the ancestors yet, but trailing the breath of the angels. And understanding that because I am connected to the source of all that is possible for me. That's who I am. And what do I want? I don't want to just be successful in the world. I don't want to just make a mark or have a legacy. The answer to that question for me is I want to fulfill the highest, truest expression of myself as a human being. I want to fulfill the promise that the Creator dreamed when He dreamed the cells that made up me. What do I want? You must have some kind of vision for your life. Even if you don't know the plan, you have to have a direction in which you choose to go.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Antwiwaa. If you are new here and if you're returning, what's up my G? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is a monthly vlog, and if you're regular on this channel, you know that for our monthly vlogs we usually sit down, take inventory of what the previous month has been like, what we did great at and what we could have done better at, just to give us a good idea of what is happening in our lives and help us plan and prepare for the coming month. So if you're up for that, grab a seat and let's get into this April vlog, April recap, or whatever you choose to call it. So in the previous monthly vlogs, I borrowed questions from this lady called The Loving Bear right here on YouTube. And those are the questions that we've been using for our monthly review or recap, as we call it on here. But for this month, I have put together my own questions that I think will work for both of us. And those are the questions that we're going to be using for the recap from now until further notice. So if you're ready, like I am ready, let's get into these questions and let's review our April 2021. I'm going to read a question. I'll give you a few seconds to think about it, and then I will provide my response to the question. Fair enough, right? The first question is, what is your happiest memory from last month? So my happiest memory from last month would probably be traveling out of Accra, having a really amazing time, just having to spend quality time, go on an adventure. That was really good. That entire weekend, I would say, is my happiest memory from last month. The second question is, looking at last month, what are you most grateful for? Well, for me, I am grateful for, first of all, my family, my parents, my brothers, my family. I am also grateful for the gift of life, good health, and just really beautiful relationships. And finally, I am happy for the ability to be able to earn some money and also be in a position to help people in my life who may need some sort of financial assistance. So that I am definitely absolutely grateful for. The next question is, what lesson or lessons did you learn in the past month? So for me, I have two major lessons that I learned last month. The very first one is, in setting boundaries for myself, I also have to be a little bit compassionate to the people that those boundaries are going to affect. And that is not to say that I'm going to cut down or mellow my boundaries to make somebody comfortable, but in setting my boundaries, I have to just give space for people to adjust to whatever boundaries I have. The second thing I learned is to speak up when something bothers me. This is something that I actually thought I had gotten good at. In the past, I would just not discuss stuff that bothered me until it piled up and got to a point where I couldn't take it anymore, and I realized that that wasn't helping. But I still have a habit of keeping to myself when something bothers me, thinking that, oh, it's not a big deal, it's something that I can handle, and then that becomes something else. And I realized last month that that is not something that I want, so I'm going to do better, and I'm speaking up when something bothers me. So these are the two lessons that I learned last month. The next question is, what area or areas in your life did you grow the most last month? When I wrote down this question, I was like,
I don't have an answer for this question, do I?
But I think that it is a very important question that we ask ourselves, right? Because if you're not careful, you're just going to go through the year and you probably would not have grown in areas that you would want to grow in. So if you don't have any area, or if you don't have a concrete answer to this question, that is fine. I don't think I do myself, but I added this question to the questions on this review or recap because I want us to start thinking about these things and just be conscious about the kind of steps and the kind of things we are doing during the day, the week, the months, to sort of grow ourselves as individuals. That being said, one area that I think I grew a tad bit in is my fitness. That is taking forever for me to see proper results, but last month I took conscious effort to sort of work out, even if it's like 30 minutes in a day. Tried as much as possible to eat as clean as I can, and I think that's an area of my life that I am growing in. Also, if you can hear any noise in the background, kindly ignore it. There are, I think, a bunch of men around and they're pretty much yelling on top of their voices. So if you hear any noise in the background, I'm sorry, but let's get back into the review. So then the next question is, what area or areas of your life could you have done better at? Okay, so for me, I could have done better with my walk with God. I could have done better with reading my Bible, studying the Word, and all of that. So that is one area I could have done better at. The second one is I could have complained less and just be grateful for the things that I have, as opposed to complaining and being bitter about the things that I have or the things that I'm missing out on. So because I feel like some situations that were happening in my life I could have resolved if I had this, that, and that, as opposed to just being grateful for all the things that I am even fortunate to have. And then the next question is, do you feel satisfied with how you did or how the previous month went? So for me, I would say I was not satisfied with how the month went. I mean, I'm happy to be here, to be alive, to not have, to just be here and just have and just exist and be happy and every single thing. But last month, my laptop screen went bad. So this is what happened to my computer. It's gone just like that. I mean, I didn't do anything to it, it just went bad. And I had to pay for something that I hadn't budgeted for. I mean, if you're not new to this channel, you know that we talk about personal finance and all of that. And so luckily, I do have an emergency fund that I could fall on, but I was just not ready or willing to pay that amount of money for a laptop screen. for something that I don't even remember doing, but yeah, that happened. So yes, I would say all in all, April was good to me. Now to the second phase of the recap. So now that we are done taking inventory of the previous month, let's look into the coming month. So first question for this coming month is, what is one thing that you hope to achieve for this month? I think I would like to be a little bit more disciplined with the things I'm putting into my body, and also religiously make sure that I'm working out at least 5 times every single week. So that is one thing that I hope to achieve with this coming month. The next question is, what is one thing or one habit that you want to leave behind in the previous month? Alright, so for me, one habit that I would want to leave behind in April is procrastination. I think I have done a good job at cutting down the amount of or how much I procrastinate, but there's still a little bit in there that needs to go. So that is one habit that I'm leaving in April 2021. So help me God. Fingers crossed, we will find out how that went right here on this channel. So if you're not subscribed, you would want to consider subscribing if you're enjoying the video, and give it a thumbs up if you like the video so far. Next question is, what steps can you take towards achieving your goals or your aspirations for this month? I said one step I'm going to be taking towards achieving my goals and aspirations for the month is planning for every single week of the month, because as you probably know, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Next step is to be more disciplined with the things that I say I'm going to do, and just follow through and do them. I have recently just started getting a hold of just being disciplined all around, and I realized that if you want to build discipline, when the time comes to do what you said you're going to do, you just do it. For instance, lately I have been waking up in the morning 5 o'clock, 5:30 to work out, no matter how many minutes it's going to take. The moment it's 5 or 5:30, I am up, I'm taking my yoga mat, and I am going to do my workout. And I realized that every morning I don't try to think about it like,
oh my God, it's cold outside, I could sleep a little longer,
or any of those things. Like when my alarm goes off and I get up and just get ready and do it, I realized that that is one sure way you can build your discipline, as opposed to trying to make excuses as it comes. If you say you're going to do something, when the time comes, get up and do it. No complaints, no stalling, nothing of that sort. Little by little, we are going to be disciplined enough to do all these things without even trying so hard. Alright, beautiful person on the internet, that brings us to the end of this monthly recap. If you enjoyed the video, you want to check out one of these amazing videos from myself, and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, and I will see you in one of these videos. I wish you the very best in this new month. I pray that you succeed in every single thing that you want, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.